that's so nice. My name is Alex, and I'm a member of Improvitas, and we are Yale's improvised play company. Pardon? Nice, thank you. So, can y'all raise your hand if you've ever heard of or seen improv before? Maybe with like 3 or 4 people? Okay, cool. So, improv means improvised theater. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a suggestion from one of y'all, and then we're going to completely on the spot make up a like 20, 25-minute play out of thin air. It will never be performed again, and it has never been performed before. But first, I'm going to need the rest of my troupe. So can you all give a big round of applause for the rest of my troupe? To get us started and show you that we had nothing planned, who wants a fortune cookie? Amazing. Would you open up that fortune cookie and then read out what the fortune is? And then you can eat it after.
Okay. Many successes will accompany you this year.
Many successes will accompany you this year.
Geraldine, the stocks are skyrocketing today.
Don't they do that every day, Franklin? It is 1927.
Oh, that is true, Geraldine. I tell you, if there was going to be a time when we'd have to be married in early American history, I'd say 1927 is a pretty good time.
Do you know, Franklin, I think now is the best time to be alive. So, the jazz club leader.
Oh, yes, absolutely. You know, I have to tell you, I met a bright young chap named Harold, and he's going to be playing sax tonight.
Well, you'll have to introduce me. I do love a saxophone player.
That's why you married me, isn't it? Although, ever since the accident, I haven't played saxophone.
I miss the mellifluous tones of your saxophone.
But you love me for many other reasons, don't you, dear? Dear.
I do.
Oh, good. There we go. I was getting worried for a moment.
No, nothing for you to worry about. You are the light of my life, the rock of my foundation, the apple of my eye.
Oh, sounds good, dearest. Would you fix me a gin and tonic, sweetie?
Love to. It is prohibition, you know.
Ah! Of course, there hasn't been liquor in here in 10 years. Well,
would you like a tonic?
Tonic sounds lovely.
Wonderful.
I tell you, which car should we take to the club tonight?
The Ford?
The Ford? Well, is there any other option?
No.
I suppose so. That's good. You know, I had it greased up the other day, the boy down the road. He's very good at taking care of things. You know, we might hire him full time.
I think we should.
You know, don't want to get all my nice shirts dirty.
It's Suzanne's boy, isn't it?
Yes, Suzanne's. No, she's there. Actually,
Yes, they're good people.
They are good people. She told me that she's going to be at the club as well later. You know, I was surprised. I haven't seen her out in the town since her husband passed, but... Wow, this would be better for strong.
I think it's very brave of her, you know.
No, I agree. Getting back out there as a widow. And...
Indeed, and well, you know, some people would need more than a month to overcome that kind of a blow.
Incredible grief.
Of course.
Then again, she is filthy rich now.
It's true. And William was always a bit of a...
Well, we shouldn't say words like that in the dining room, sweetheart.
Of course not.
I'm going to tell you, I'm going to go for a swim, but I'll see you in a few hours, and we'll head off to the club together.
Absolutely. I think I'll prepare your blue suit.
Which other one could I possibly wear to accompany you in my lovely wife?
All right, Harold. We're opening in a couple hours. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. You've been working on that new song, the new, the jazz stuff, right?
Yeah, it goes...
All right. I'm gonna trust that sounds palatable through a saxophone.
Absolutely it does.
All right. You know, we've got big people here coming tonight.
Big people?
Yeah.
Talented people?
No.
Who can make my career and make my fortune?
No. People who are gonna buy a lot of food and make me a lot of money.
Oh.
But hey, you never know. Could be one of your days.
Maybe this is the day I get discovered. The day where I get to take old Bessie here and head out into the wide blue yonder. Find that best jazz club out in the sky. That jazz club you play all night and well, the money flows all day.
Harold, that's a beautiful dream, but don't forget that old Bessie's out on loan.
Speaking of which, here's this month's rent. Thank you. It's kind of sad, you know? I rent the saxophone from you. You pay me to play the saxophone that I rented from you. And then I pay you to use your stage. It seems that all the money ends up back in your pocket, Mr. Shaughnessy.
True, but all the money is in my pocket, while all the heart and the culture and the music is for you. It's a 50-50 split. You see what we're doing, boy?
I see, Mr. Shaughnessy. I see, indeed I do. All right, Betsy, I'm going to put you down now.
All right. Keep it in the cellar.
Yeah. Well, it's nice and safe. That's good. Mr. Shaughnessy, is there any way that maybe someday if I do good for you, if I blow that perfect high note, if I get that perfect jazz riff, and the customers, they just go wild, that maybe I could own Bessie for real?
Don't talk crazy, Harold. It's so good to see you.
Hello, Suzanne, darling.
How are you?
Mwah.
Oh, good to see you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Oh.
I'll come back, sweetie. I'll drive us down.
Wonderful. Aren't you going to sit?
Of course, certainly. I tell you, you'd think they would have fixed this by now, Henry Ford.
Well, they're getting bigger every year, I'm sure.
One day we'll have more than 2 seats in a car.
Someday, no doubt. Progress marches forward.
You know, my car has 7 seats in it.
Does
What?
it now?
7 seats? Is that a new one?
It is. Obviously, I only need the one, but it's just nice to have them there for
Certainly.
reassurance.
When did you find time to go to the dealer?
Oh,
Here.
What with all
The money you have to count.
and all the funeral arrangements? And
I didn't go to the dealer myself. I had Charles and Betty go for me.
Of course.
Is this on 32nd or 33rd?
33rd.
33rd. All right, girls. Ready for a night together?
Aren't you going to help me out of the car, dear?
That's what my hand is for, dearest.
Thank you.
Aren't you
Aren't you
going
going
to
to
help me
help
out of the
Suzanne
car?
out of the car, dear?
Of course.
Thank you.
You know, I do love what they're doing with music these days. It's so
Playing it.
exotic, you know?
Now, how do we get into the club? I'm never sure if it's 2 knocks or 3 or whatever the whole secret code is.
Oh, if I just tell them my name, they'll let us right in.
Is hello?
We're here now.
Ah, well, come right in.
Oh,
That sounds like money.
God. Guess old money will get you just about anything these days.
Oh, welcome, Suzanne.
Oh, thank you.
It's been such a pleasure. We've been waiting for you. You were here a week ago, and it was just so fun. It was just so nice having your memory here. Oh, you brought people.
Oh, yes, these are my friends, Franklin and
Pleasure to meet
Geraldine.
you,
Shaughnessy.
Mr. Shaughnessy.
Oh, Shaughnessy.
Mr.
O'Shaughnessy.
O'Shaughnessy.
Oh, you're an immigrant.
Lovely.
Son of one. Son of one.
Ah, delightful.
Well, we all are, aren't we?
No. We're not.
Certainly not.
Well, could I interest you in something or other? A drink,
I'd
flambéed steak?
I would love a flambéed steak. Thank you.
And I believe a gin and tonic for Franklin.
A flambéed steak.
I've been having only plain tonic all these weeks. Makes them have time.
Who's the musician that's coming today?
It's Harold.
Oh,
Like every week.
Oh, look, there's a thing about him on the program.
Oh, program. Looks a little street urchin-y for my taste, but
Well, I hear he can play, and that's what matters.
No, he can. He's kind of plateaued a little bit recently, but I think I see some potential in him.
Plateau, that's a French word.
I do believe it is.
Well, pardon your French.
Oh, he plays tenor and alto. You know,
Please do sit.
Oh,
There's room on the
It's
chairs.
tremendous. A surprising lack of seats in this town in New York.
Oh, well, not everything can be plentiful.
Of course, it probably will be for much, much longer.
Of course.
Oh, is that through the smoky fog and the hot jazz playing softly in the background? Is he about to emerge?
Ladies and gentlemen, please prepare yourselves for the smooth tones, the amazing, immaculate saxophone playing of our very own Mr. Harold Smith.
He's very attractive.
Oh, my.
I've never been so moved by music before.
Nor have I. Well, except when you used to play.
Oh, of course.
Husband did.
When I used to play. Until the accident.
Yes.
Thank you. That was. Thank you for hurrying so much. I do appreciate
We do
your
everything out of the
service.
kitchen just to maximize the time.
Minimize.
Thank
Sorry,
you.
it's flustered.
And my husband's gin and tonic?
My
Oh
pal
no, we do everything else just to get this steak.
Well, so much for the tip that we were going to give, eh, Franklin dear?
the nice fat tip that we had in my back pocket.
Really disgustingly generous tip we were all in a mood to give because of this lovely jazz play.
But apparently it's going to stay right where it belongs in our estate.
Forgive him. He just saw to it what was important. But please,
I
do bring out the tea.
Yes, I'm going to go reassess my business strategies.
Thank you, sir.
What a dreamy man. You know,
It's
since,
something about the way he caresses that saxophone.
since Mark passed away, I've been stricken with grief, of course.
Of course.
But I really do start to look at other men in different ways now, and
Well, and
And there's something
after all, Mark always was a bit of a...
Oh, well. But certainly if I had my saxophone still and could still play, you'd look at me the same way.
Of course,
This next one goes out to all you fine ladies in the audience, especially you there in the front row.
I mean, nothing against you, Susanna, you're lovely, but...
no, of course he was talking about. Look at these beautiful pearls that I have. How would he be talking about anyone else besides me?
Well, I dare say my wife is
You're
the most lovely girl there.
dressed in mourning.
I mean,
if I was more drawn to the teal.
You're a very
tones of mine.
charming girl. You have quite a hometown beauty to you, but of course he was surely talking about me. I believe I saw him looking at me.
Susanna, I don't mean to be blunt, but well, black doesn't make you look young.
I don't mean to be blunt, but orange is such a garish color these days. I don't mean any offense by this, but I'm sure he must have been talking about me.
Orange?
You agree, Frank?
Orange suits my complexion. Don't you agree, Franklin?
Who do you think
I'm
you
sure
are?
that he was talking about who do you think?
I need to play in the men's room.
No, Franklin, you can't get out of this. That easy.
Men.
Thank you for
Trying
your
to
attention,
come
ladies and
between
gentlemen.
us.
We'll be taking
I
a short
swear.
I mean,
Our friendship.
can last these sorts of things.
I would never let a man come between us, Susanna dear.
Hi, hello.
Hello.
I'm so good to see you.
Did you like the playing?
Oh, I loved it. I thought it was amazing.
Oh, I'm so glad you both
Come
did.
sit with us.
Yes,
We'd love
absolutely.
to have
Come
you.
sit.
Oh,
come
wow.
sit, right here between us. Right here between us. There's plenty of room, Susanna dear.
Wow, let's take my steak over here, I suppose.
It's just so nice to have two incredibly attractive and
Stop it.
You flatter
and
us.
well-off looking ladies in the club tonight. I hope you both are enjoying your time.
these? These were nothing.
Orange is next season's color, but
I just wanted to check in and make sure that you were doing fabulous.
Oh, I'm
and
doing
really
so
enjoy.
fabulous.
And I just wanted to also make sure that, well, you had a nice time tonight.
of
So
course, how long have you been playing?
You're an artist, aren't you?
yeah, Well,
That's so dreamy, I think. You know, her husband used to be an artist.
Really? You don't say. Does he have any contacts left in the business, by any chance?
Well, yes, he happens to be connected with several theaters and not a few agents.
Oh.
I'd be happy to meet with you sometime and go over a list.
You know, my recently passed husband, so sad. He had lots of connections too. I'm sure I could still be in contact with some of them. I mean, I'm still a little bit shaken, obviously, but I'm sure I could introduce you to some of the people that he knew.
You know, Franklin was a saxophone player too, and
Until
there
he
was
tragically lost the use of his fine motor skills.
However, I was just the other day dusting off his old saxophone, and well, I was just thinking what a shame it was that such a beautiful instrument was lying rusting in the attic.
Oh, that is a shame. An absolute shame.
And I was thinking perhaps a young man of your prodigious talents might be interested in coming over.
Well,
And
here's my card. I will
why, thank you.
just give me a call anytime that I might be able to come over and practice on the saxophone.
Who is coming over?
Harold, the boy from the club.
Oh, and why might that be? Are you having him grease up the old Ford?
He's a saxophone player, dear, not a mechanic.
So, you're what? Having him play in the background? Or
Well, I was just thinking, you never play your saxophone anymore.
because of my horrible accident with the gears of the Ford.
Yes, I know, dear, and it's tragic. So I was thinking, well, wouldn't it be nice to have some music in the home again, just like old times?
Yes,
It would remind me of when we were young together.
Well, I mean,
You
if
know.
it stirs up old passions and it's
Well,
something
we
I
could
can
even
tolerate.
dance, you know?
Just like we used to. No, this video.
Yes, of course.
I'm sorry, I have to say that does sound lovely. When's he scheduled to be here?
Well, any moment now.
Wow!
That must be him. Harold!
Oh, hello.
Come in,
Thank you.
come in.
I'm so thankful to be here.
Of course. This is Franklin.
Good to see you, boy. You were good at the club the other night. I used to play myself.
That's what your very lovely wife was just telling me the other night.
Oh, did she? Well, what'd she happen to say? How I used to woo the clubs with my smoky fine tube?
I believe I mentioned it, didn't I?
Yes,
Harold?
those words precisely.
Oh, well, that's fine. Oh, come in, take it off. Can we interest you in a tonic, or
Yes.
perhaps some plain orange juice?
The orange juice would be lovely, actually.
Lovely.
Could you show me to the saxophone?
I'd love to. You know, it's up in the attic.
Ah, well, if you'll just point me in the direction, I will make my way there.
Franklin,
What is it, dear?
I'm just going to show Harold where the saxophone is up in the attic. You know how hard it is to find things up there.
Well, for what reason?
Well,
So he can practice.
And I'm terribly afraid of the dark. I
Do you
can't
have-
go anywhere without someone with me.
Have your own saxophone?
This one is of much higher quality than the one that I was playing at the club last night. And
Yes, I should imagine it would be, considering I'm filthy rich and have the money to support my own hobbies.
Exactly. And I am therefore incredibly thankful that you are letting me practice on your very elegant saxophone.
Of course, you do own the one.
Of course. Yes, I own the saxophone at the club.
Harold, go upstairs. It's on the shelf in the back to the left. Julie, word with me for a moment.
Oh, but I was going to help you find this.
That's fine, that's fine. You invited a young man in here to play saxophone with my old instrument. A young man who, although certainly not nearly as charming as I, does possess a sort of youthful vigor about him, and was going to give him the instrument that I can no longer play.
I feel like you're reading too much into this.
Did it never occur to you at once throughout this whole thing how it would make me feel?
Well, I thought you would be happy.
To hear saxophone music in my living room.
Yes.
Again.
Yes.
After all the emotions and nights staying crying in your shoulder that I would never be able to partake in my beloved hobby ever again.
Well, but Remember all the happiness that instrument meant to us?
Yes, because it made you like me, not just for the music. Look, enjoy the afternoon with your background music. I can, I'll go take a swim in my neighbor's pool.
Frank!
Thank you so much for inviting me over.
Oh, of course, it's so good to have you. Yes, we'll have some more tea, please. Thank you.
This is
Thanks. He is good to me.
yes, he's. I'll let me pour, shall I?
Oh, you're too kind.
Oh, thank you.
Too kind.
So you were just telling me about the well, how much random assortments of cash and valuable jewels you have lying around your apartments and your late husband passed so tragically.
Oh, so very tragic. But he did leave some beautiful collections behind. You see this vase?
Ah, yeah.
This is a 4th century Chinese vase. Yes. From some dynasty, I can't remember which.
I imagine it's worth plenty of money, however.
Oh, I'm
That's
sure. And you see that print over there?
Yes, very pretty, very, very pretty.
That's a Japanese print. It fetched quite a lot at the art auction I was at the other day.
Very nice, very impressive. And I suppose if someone were to put it up for auction again, it would fetch a similarly hefty sum.
I suppose it would.
Well, it's been very, very lovely coming over and chatting with you. If by any chance you would like me to stop by again later, could you just give my name to the bellboy so he'll let me write in, no questions asked?
Oh, of course I could do that for you.
Such a dear. Thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure. It was so nice to have you for tea.
Wonderful, wonderful. I'll just take my hat and get going then. I'll be seeing you soon.
Oh, good.
What do you mean that it's been stolen?
What do you mean, it's been stolen? It's been stolen? But by whom? Well, gosh, I don't know now, do I?
I mean, who else has access to your home and knows of all the valuable tapestries you keep around?
I mean, I suppose there's some of your husband's old friends, but...
I mean, certainly us two, but we're
they're-
filthy rich. We
we're
don't
all-
need.
Really, everyone you know is as rich as you are, Neil.
I don't know. It must have been robbers in the night or something.
Of course.
Of course.
It must have been... Frank,
Yes.
do you know, I think poor Susanna is distraught. Why don't you fetch her a cup of tea?
Yes, absolutely.
That does do the nerves so good. I think I ought to sit down, don't you?
Of course. Susanna, I'd like you to tell me what you're not telling me.
What do you mean? About the theft?
Yes, and about who may have committed it.
Well, Harold did visit the other day, but I'm sure he would never do such a thing. I mean, with that face, he couldn't... That's not the face of a murderer, or a thief, or a vagrant, or any wayward sort of person. He would never have done such a thing. He's an upstanding man.
Susanna, I'm going to tell you something, but you mustn't tell Franklin, okay?
Of course.
Well, I had Harold over the day before yesterday. And, well, I was showing him around the attic. Showing him Franklin's old saxophone, of course.
Yes.
And he did have some time in the attic alone.
Yes.
business.
And when I went up there after he'd gone, some of my grandmother's silverware had gone missing. Now, I've decided to let it go at that, but Lord knows I won't be inviting him into my home again. Saxophone music will not.
I think that's the exact right thing to do. You wouldn't want to be with a man like that.
Where is he? Where is he? You are 15 minutes late for rehearsal.
I am here for Bessie.
And scene!